Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Infinity, and this is Magnetize Yourself, where we talk about life, love, spirituality, and of course, the law of attraction. In today's video, we are going to be doing a reading and energy update for our beautiful collective here on YouTube. So I'm going to start off today by shuffling the energy oracle cards deck, and I don't do this very often, but I'm feeling really guided today to start doing a little bit of a scan of your aura in this reading to see if we can channel through specific energies that are connecting with specific chakra centers. So I'm actually going to start with the first chakra center, the root chakra. Although I heard something about the earth star chakra, which is often talked about as kind of an extension of the root chakra, even below that space, how we actually are connecting with the earth, grounding ourselves in a really literal sense. So I might be channeling into a dynamic that someone is guided to research about. But anyway, I am going to be starting with what we are, just for the sake of simplicity, considering to be the first chakra, the root chakra. So I want to know what I can channel for those listening about what is happening in the root chakra. Now, I did see the storm warning card pop out right away at the bottom of the deck. So even though this occurred before I started shuffling, this could indicate that in a general sense, someone has been having difficulty grounding themselves. Whoever I'm speaking to here, you might be feeling a lot of chaos right now through your root chakra. And I'm also picking up that if this is for you, and you have been feeling a lot of chaos lately, whether that's been showing up physically, mentally, emotionally in your world, then you would actually really benefit simply from resting more, from grounding yourself, and really just finding ways to more deeply nurture your physical being, your physical body in whatever way feels aligned for you. I'm also just hearing slow down. So maybe for someone listening, if things have been manifesting that have been feeling chaotic and you're not really sure where they're coming from, or if you've just felt a little ungrounded, then one of your guides might be trying to get through to you simply to slow down, to take your day slower, to take your life slower, maybe to spend more of that time relaxing, getting back in touch with your own body, any physical needs you might have that have been coming up. So I'm going to be shuffling a bit more here, and let's see what else we can channel through. It's interesting because when we talk about the root chakra, we're not only talking about the manifested physical world, but also the people and things that we are subconsciously connecting with. So the fact that we're getting a lot of chaos generated from the root chakra tells me that for someone listening, a lot of this manifested chaos could actually be a lot of people and things pulling on your energy subconsciously. Now, for someone listening, this is going to get a bit specific, and of course, I have to preface by saying that I do collective readings on these videos on this channel. So of course, this means that we are talking about many different specific threads of energy, and not everything here will connect with you in a personal way. So only take what resonates with you most. But also, if you would like to manifest a more specific message from today's reading, I do recommend subscribing to the channel, because subscribing is a form of virtual energetic transference that does tend to allow me to pick up more easily on your energy and channel more specifically for you and your situation. Okay, so with that being said, I was picking up from someone that, and again, this is where we get very specific, but it's almost as though you have a lot of things weighing on your mind right now subconsciously. So things that you might not even be fully aware of. So the first message I'm getting is that you might benefit from finding some way to either eliminate some of these things from your subconscious mind or to put them somewhere physically to get them out of your mind where they're kind of sitting and weighing on you subconsciously. So what I mean by this is, for example, if you know that you have a lot of things that you need to be doing or different ideas you have or projects, then maybe consider writing everything down as it comes to you so you don't have to store it in your own subconscious mind because you know that it has this physical place. The same goes for if you're having thoughts or feelings coming up that feel like they're pulling on you, to maybe find a place where you can journal that or get that down on paper or transmute it into something else, because I'm hearing like buildup of energy. This could even be a buildup of emotional energy that hasn't been transmuted into something, meaning put into some kind of physical format. So I know this is going to look very different from person to person. I saw guitar, so maybe someone plays guitar or plays music or listens to music, and this might be one way that you tend to like displace this energy, that you get this energy out from your subconscious mind and transmute it into some kind of physical form. Now, to get specific in a different direction for a different group of people, or maybe some of the same people if both of these messages are resonating with you, but I'm picking up as well that for someone here, part of what is weighing on your subconscious are actually people who you may have commitments with in some way that your intuition is nagging on you about, and this is weighing on you in some way. And when I say commitments, I mean you may have, for example, made a lot of plans with a particular person or with a group of people that now you're intuitively feeling a bit off about or a bit unsure about. And this is creating kind of subconscious layers of anxiety as it's weighing on you. And I'm hearing, don't be afraid to be perceived as flaky for canceling plans or for postponing things that don't currently feel in alignment for you. Now, I know, again, that's going to be really hyper specific. This won't be for everyone, so use your own discernment. But I'm just picking up that for someone listening, you might actually have felt an intuitive guidance to back off from a particular person or a situation or group or something that you may have planned in advance. And even though your intuition has been kind of pushing you to back away from whatever this is, you might be feeling some sense of guilt or this feeling of not wanting to be perceived as unreliable or flaky by the other person or the group or organization or whatever it is. But I'm really picking up that there is a message coming through, a sort of reminder that when you do what is in alignment with your own highest good, you aren't only participating in what is in alignment for you, but you are also acting in alignment for the highest good of everyone involved, because we are actually all connected in the quantum field of consciousness. So when you choose your highest good and your highest alignment, even at the risk of feeling as though you are disappointing others, you are actually simultaneously acting to the highest good of everyone involved as well. Okay, so I know that was a very specific message for someone. Again, only take that if it connects with you personally. So can I channel anything else about the root chakra? Well, my guides are kind of pushing me up to the sacral chakra, the second chakra center, where we have healer of the ages in the upright position. Now, I tend to connect this with masculine energy that's in the process of healing or shifting in a positive way. But when I use the labels feminine and masculine in terms of energy, these are not connected to any particular gender. And we also actually all have a balance internally of both divine feminine and divine masculine energy. So take this to apply to your internal masculine or possibly to an external person or situation. But I'm hearing that something is becoming more structured or more motivated towards positive structure. So this could be you internally. Maybe you've been feeling guided to create more positive structure in your day, in your life when it comes to your goals, dreams, or visions. But this also could relate to an external person who might carry more of a masculine energy, who's wanting to create more structure positively in their own life or structure in whatever connection or capacity that they are connecting with you. So this could be a friend, a business partner, someone romantic, really anyone in your life. I am getting the sacral chakra upright. So there is a sense here of really activated sacral chakra energy. Now, it's interesting this is showing up as we're scanning your aura, because what I'm getting here is that you are really activating the sacral chakra of others simply by existing at this time. So I'm hearing that you are a muse or an inspiration for other people currently, and I want to get a bit more information on this. So how are you a muse or an inspiration for others right now? Okay, so we do have the Knight of Pentacles reversed. So something about this activated sacral chakra energy is really interesting to me, because it sounds on the surface like a very positive thing that you are having this effect of inspiring so many other people, stimulating their sacral chakra energy, as we are saying, which is the seat of creation, creativity, but also, of course, intimacy as well, and more physical levels of attraction and magnetism. So although this does seem to be a very positive thing, it does come with the need for discernment, because what I'm picking up here as well is there actually seems to be a particular person who might be feeling this stimulated sacral chakra energy as a result of connecting with you or knowing you in some way, who is really kind of lacking that inspiration within themselves, and who might actually be pulling on you in a way that has been feeling a little bit depleting. So this actually could be contributing to some of that subconscious feeling of chaos or stress that someone I'm picking up on here might be feeling as well. Because with the Six of Cups in the reverse position, I'm almost seeing that this is someone who can't let go of the past in some way. So maybe it's you that they can't let go of, and you were part of this person's past. But I'm also picking up, it could be that it's almost like this person is, I'm hearing for some reason, trying to relive their glory days, or feeling like there was a time in their life where they were a lot happier, a lot more carefree, but then they've created a life around them that requires a lot of responsibility that might be really heavy. And so it's almost like the idea of you is like this mental or emotional escape for this person from the life that they've created that they're unhappy about. But at the same time, they don't really seem to be motivated to be doing anything to deconstruct or to change the aspects of that life that they're unhappy with. It's almost like they want to use you or this connection with you or something about you as a mental or emotional escape without actually doing the material work, without putting in the effort to change the aspects of their life that they're unhappy about. So it's like this person is kind of seeking from you what they aren't willing to do or provide from within themselves. And I'm hearing something about alarm bells. So your intuition may have actually been setting off alarm bells about this person or situation. Again, only if this is relevant for you, because this is feeling really hyper specific. But I am getting from someone as well that your confidence with the Angel of Strength card seems to be triggering people in both directions, meaning some people are extremely inspired by how confident and empowered you are, and it actually seems to stimulate them to their own self-empowerment, to their own confidence. But people are also triggered by your confidence in the other sense as well, where if they feel that you have a level of confidence that they themselves can't access, which of course is an illusion because they are capable of accessing that same confidence. They just might have limiting beliefs in the way from doing so, or preventing them from seeing that they do have that kind of access. But regardless, you might have individuals feeling triggered in a negative sense where they are projecting onto you their own vulnerability, their own insecurity. And again, this could all be feeding into some of that subconscious chaos that you might be picking up on at this time. So I'm going to be reshuffling the deck. I'm seeing that the number 36 might be significant for someone. What else can I channel? I heard something about opposites. Interesting. What can I channel about opposites for someone listening? Opposites bring balance with the Angel of Balance in the upright position. So this could be speaking to something within you. Maybe you've been considering integrating two aspects of yourself or your life that feel extremely opposite on the surface. But the message here is, although they appear to be opposite, these opposites actually work together to create balance. They might not be so disharmonious as you would believe. In fact, harmony often comes in music from having two very different tones that sound beautiful, or even more beautiful together than they would on their own. And so in this case, I'm picking up that just like those two different tones in music are not the same, but they are harmonious, there are possibly two different aspects of you or of your life or your vision that are very different, possibly even appearing to be opposite on the surface. But when they are brought together, or when they are both expressed, just like that note, those two notes being played, they actually bring greater balance into your being and into your life. Now, if this isn't applying in that way internally, this could actually be connecting with an external dynamic. So maybe I'm hearing there might be a workplace or an environment or something that you are considering entering into or being part of, but you might feel very opposite of that existing environment. And again, the message is, you being opposite doesn't mean that you are disharmonious. It doesn't mean that you don't have something extremely unique and rare and personal to you to bring to that table. And in fact, you bringing this opposite perspective could actually bring balance to this environment or to this situation. Now, of course, I know we're talking about so many different ways you could actually apply this, but this could also apply in a romantic relationship. So there could be a person romantically that you're thinking, we just seem so different or so opposite, and yet something about this just seems to work. And that could be this kind of dynamic at play where these opposites are actually harmonious, even though they are different. So what else can I channel here? I'm hearing building your confidence in something. Maybe you're working on building confidence in a particular skill or craft, or maybe someone connected to you is building confidence to reach out or to interact with you in some way. Now, if that is the case, I did get the Broken Heart card. I have to say, I'm feeling a lot of heaviness around the heart chakra. So if this message is for you, it's possible that you've been feeling really unexplainably raw on an emotional level recently. So this is for someone who's felt like the random urge to cry recently. I'm almost getting that feeling of where you almost want to cry, but you can't. It's like this heaviness, a kind of lump in your throat sort of feeling. So that might be what someone is experiencing. Again, I feel like this is very, very specific. But what I'm getting is that whatever is surfacing that feels really raw, that feels really emotional, there's a deep, and I almost want to say ancient element to these emotions that are surfacing on the heart space. Something is being processed that has been left unprocessed, and this might not even be something left unprocessed from your one current physical lifetime. Of course, we live many, many, many lifetimes, but this could be something unprocessed from a past life or many past lives. This could be something that you are personally processing by allowing the emotions to surface and by feeling them and by releasing them or transmuting them. You may be processing something for your ancestral line, for your family. I'm hearing for those who couldn't process it themselves. So something that you are processing emotionally, whether it feels personal to you or disconnected from you, and you're not really sure where the source of it is, it actually seems to be something that you are simultaneously processing for many who do not have the time, space, resources, or capability of processing this emotionally. Very interesting. I keep picking up that for someone listening, you might have felt a deep sadness recently around specific things that happened in your childhood, specific traumas that may have occurred in your life. It's almost like an inner child sadness coming out here. And again, this does feel very specific, so don't try to force this to work for your situation if it's not relevant. But if that's been happening to you, know that this is the way that your emotional body is processing trauma from your past and healing it through pushing it out of your system, through which you are actually temporarily re-experiencing it, but nothing is actually going wrong in the processing of that. Because I'm also hearing something about releasing anxiety. Okay, a big message is coming through. So remember when I said that you are processing something for someone or for a group that couldn't process it themselves? Well, I just got a message for someone listening, the person who couldn't process it themselves was a younger version of you. And there may have been traumas or challenging situations that you went through early in your life, and for whatever reason, at the time, that inner child version of you, that younger version of you, it doesn't have to be a child. It could have been a young adult or even later on in life, adult. It doesn't really matter. But that younger version of you may have not been able to process whatever happened to them because life was too busy, or because they didn't have the tools or the resources or the level of growth to be able to hold space for the feeling and the experience of those big emotions. And so they got shoved down and locked away in a sense. And I've used this metaphor before, but I'm seeing it come up in my mind now of a gigantic house. You could think of yourself like a mansion, and you are this glorious, beautiful home. But whenever we experience a trauma or something really challenging in our lives, if we don't have the ability to feel it and to process it, we will put it in a room of that house of our being, so to speak, and we'll lock the door. And so those of us who have been through a lot in this life have a lot of doors that are locked, so to speak, within us. We have a lot of rooms that we just don't go in internally. And yes, you can learn to just live around those rooms. You can just go the long way around to get from the bedroom to the kitchen, avoiding all of the rooms that you can't access because they're filled with all of this stuff that couldn't be processed. But over time, this can leave us feeling as though we are not living up to our full potential and that we are this kind of shell of ourselves. And the reason for that is because deep down we know that we are this glorious mansion with all of these doors that are locked, that are left unprocessed, unexplored. And so this inner child healing, this releasing of trauma, it's not for everyone. This really is a journey into the shadow realm, and not everyone is strong enough to be able to take this journey. Not everyone is emotionally or spiritually developed enough, or even has the resources in their life, materially or emotionally, the space to be able to take that journey. But I'm picking up that if you've aligned with this message and this is connecting for you, and all of a sudden you've begun feeling those doors within yourself opening and beginning to flood you with emotion that you're now processing, and you're thinking, what is happening? What is going wrong? Nothing is going wrong. Your higher self stepped in and said, you've done the work. You've grown, you've evolved, you've developed the capacity to handle this. And it's time for you to know what it's like to explore every room in the mansion of who you are. And so it's almost like your higher self has stepped in and is unlocking all of these doors, whereas your physical human self is wondering what the heck is going on, because suddenly I'm experiencing all of these things, even having the resurgence of memories or emotions or thoughts that I haven't had in a really long time. But it's for the purpose of airing out those rooms and giving you the opportunity to finally breathe again and experience yourself in your fullness, because that's what trauma causes us to miss out on. And I know this has been so specific. I don't know who this is for. This might just be talking to a couple people here, but I feel that if this is for you, this may have been really powerful for you. And I'm just hearing, allow your higher self to open the doors that you've kept locked. This process isn't something you have to force. It will happen subconsciously and automatically, as it has been. But the beauty of this is, as you open up these doors, not only will you be able to experience yourself more in your entirety, but you are also rendered more powerful as well. You are rendered more magnetic as well, because people can sense that you are someone with all the doors open, so to speak. I know that was extremely metaphoric and also very specific. I feel that was so random. I just can't imagine why that came through the reading today. That is not the direction I expected this to take at all. But I'm trusting that for someone listening, it was really important for you to hear that today. So if that message was for you, I really hope it reached you. Again, nothing is going wrong. Everything is going right. Your higher self has just stepped in and decided to allow you to experience the absolute fullness of your potential by opening doors within you that have been kept locked. Now, I will say with the broken heart card and the throat chakra card, I just keep hearing that you're giving a voice to your inner child. I'm hearing do it for you, for the younger version of you that desired this so deeply, for the version of you that wanted to speak their truth so badly, but felt restrained or felt that they couldn't for some reason, or maybe they were limiting themselves from doing that. Now, of course, whatever you're doing, however you are creating or expressing yourself in this life, it could be as seemingly simple, although it's really not simple, but as seemingly simple as just showing up for your life, surrendering to the flow, and moving and speaking with confidence. It could be just simply showing up in an attitude of love and self-love, or this could be very specific. It might be something specific that you are doing and creating in this world. But what I'm getting so strongly is your magnetism is being increased. Your throat chakra power is being increased through your higher self, coming in to open all of these locked doors within you. So don't be surprised if you're feeling this flood of emotionality, even some chaos in your life. All of that is normal. But remind yourself, you are doing this for you, for all versions of you, including all of those younger versions of you that so desired to be stepping into this version of yourself that you now have the opportunity to step into. So I know this reading has gone a really strange direction, but I'm going to go ahead and close it here with a Rumi Oracle card. Now, if this has been connecting, we will be going a lot deeper on the extended reading on Patreon. So I will be continuing that 7 chakra aura read since we really only got to the sacral chakra, and we'll see what chakra centers pop up in the extended. And of course, we will manifest whatever other messages or pieces of information want to come through. So if you do feel guided to the extended reading, the link to it is in the pinned comment and description box under the video. But for now, I'm just going to read a final message from Rumi. And it's interesting, we've gotten this card a couple times recently, but the card is Merciful Mother Jamal. Okay, so let's see what the guidebook has to say here. It's almost at the end of the booklet, so I'm picking up that you might be at the end of a particular journey. Now, of course, we are on a never-ending journey, but there might be a specific level or kind of a leg of your journey that you are closing out or you are completing. And I'm hearing that the next phase, or what you're really stepping into, is this fullest and highest potential of yourself that everything that's come before has been preparing you for. So the guidebook here says, you, blazing angel, capable of so much, you evoke the testing hand of life. Why not when you cannot fail? This oracle brings you a message. There is a shift taking place now in a matter of great importance to you, from Jalal to Jamal, from justice to mercy. This is your path, your destiny, and your blessing, now opening up before you. It may be a particular matter, however, it likely includes your entire life orientation. You are being granted refuge, respite, and shelter from the storms of struggle and doubt, and being given a divine sanctuary of safe harbor. You shall find that the unraveling of the struggle and pain now happens through tenderness, a gentler approach. So that feels like a beautiful place to close the reading. Again, we're going to be continuing this on Patreon, so if you would like to join me there, the link for that is under the video. If you do resonate with my energy, I invite you to subscribe to the channel, join our beautiful community of like-minded, conscious, creative beings here on YouTube. You can also follow me on Instagram at Magnetize Yourself, where I post more energy updates, inspiration, and information. If anything here did resonate with you, I would love to hear from you in the comments under the video as well. If you do feel inspired to write a comment, but otherwise I am sending you all huge amounts of love and light energy. Have an amazing remainder of your day, and I will connect with you here again in the next reading.